back to the channel. Welcome to a very special reading. More and more of these are coming through, but I want to explain a little bit about why I decided to do this. I wasn't intending on this reading, this message reading, what are both counterparts wanting to say to each other, really vulnerably, really openly. But there's a lot of emotion that has been coming through the past couple of days. There's been a heart pull, a very strong heart pull between both counterparts, a wanting to communicate, a wanting to come home to each other. And that's exactly what I felt and I heard yesterday into today. Today feels very overwhelmed with emotions. I'm going to start by sharing a little bit about what I've experienced myself with regards to this journey and what I was channeling. I'm going to open up my Instagram because I just posted this morning. I wanted to see what was going on. So we did a message pull. No, we did a energy check-in, and the Caring Connections card came out for the second time in as many weeks. I think it came out sometime the end of August. And all of these readings are really picking up momentum. If you haven't already, make sure that you're checking out the most recent Sacred Union energy updates, including the mini readings and the collective messages. Those collective messages are pulled from client readings. They're pulled from the sacred channelings that are over on my sister channel, Susan Dawn Ascension Connections. So do make sure that you're subscribed to both channels to get the full picture of what is going on when it comes to sacred union and sacred partnership. In these readings, we dive a little bit deeper, but do make sure that you are checking out the whole of the content I create and the work that I do, because it's all part of it. It all rolls into the bigger picture of the sacred union path of ascension, especially if you resonate with the collective that I read for, and if you resonate with your own experiences here. So where do I want to start? I want to start with sharing a personal experience that I had. Over the past couple of days, I have been asking for God for the truth. Just keep showing me the truth, God. Just keep showing me the truth. And the reason for that is because I have been in my own energy of doubt. Has this journey been real? When I'm thinking about the person that I have been in connection with, when I think about the person that I have spent the past 5 years in this journey with, I've been asking myself, has this been real? Everything that I experienced, was it real? Can I trust my intuition? Because my intuition always said that he loves me so deeply and has wanted this as much as I do. We just couldn't get on the same page, it seemed. And so, because the physical, the 3D world seemed so different than what I was experiencing or feeling internally, it would bring about this experience of doubt within myself, within my own intuition, until I finally had to realize that it can coexist. And that's when I really anchored into that sacred union energy, that the 3D isn't all there is, that the 3D truly is the illusion. But I also have to accept the 3D. I also have to accept my physical reality. My partner and I lived together for well over a year. We've experienced so much in our 5 years together, so much love. But there was also a lot of triggers. There was also a lot of pain and habits and patterns that did not feel good because, well, I'm going to speak for myself, but I feel like we were both in a place of not fully trusting each other, not fully trusting love, not fully trusting the journey, not fully open to it. There was a lot that we had to learn. I can say that from this place that I'm in now on my journey. I can say that from where I am reflecting back. Because where I was fully abandoning myself, fully dishonoring myself, trying to chase and hold on to love. Because I'm no longer in that place, and I've really anchored in there the past year, I can see where the wounds were. And the reason why you trigger each other is to show each other where the wounds still are, where the holes still are, that need to be filled with love. Pain is just the place where love can be mended. And so, especially as our relationship has kind of disintegrated, our physical relationship has disintegrated, our energetic connection still feels strong as ever. I am still continuing to have experiences. I am still continuing to have phenomena. As I explained in the Soul Merge reading over on my sister channel, when I felt that masculine energy come in, I felt his energy come in. He has and always will be considered my divine masculine, or at least my ascension partner. See, even now, my ego wants to get the better of me and protect me and say, don't believe. Because it has been so painful to believe. But I do, and I have to. I have to just believe. I don't know what life has in store. I know that I desire partnership. I know that I desire to be in a relationship. I know that I desire that sacred connection with somebody, and for that to be fully reciprocated in partnership, in relationship. But it's scary when you felt that with somebody and it hasn't always been reciprocated in the physical, even though you feel it in your heart space, even though you feel the truth of what they feel for you in your heart space. You also have to accept the 3D, the physical world, the physical experience. And so that's been my struggle and my challenge, trying to balance that out. Trying to respect and appreciate what's being experienced in the physical 3D experience, especially when it comes to him and his experience, and what I'm feeling and knowing in my heart. Especially when I've been doing this in proximity together, physically, with each other for the past 5 years. It's been hard to trust myself. I've been in a place of a lot of self-doubt and just allowing myself to open up and trusting in God. Okay, God, the universe, I'm open, is what I've been saying. Just, if this hasn't been real, or maybe it was real and I'm meant for something else and he's meant for something else. Maybe we did what we were here for on our journey. Maybe this, maybe that. And Spirit's reminding me that all the maybes, that's where you just have to surrender. That's where you just have to surrender and be in that place of presence and be in that place of faith and trust. And just, if you can't trust yourself and you feel like you can't trust your partner, you just trust in God. You just trust in the universe. And that's where that ultimate surrender really comes from. And just allowing the love to come to you, the love to meet you. Not needing to chase it anymore. Not needing to attach to it, to cling to it, to force it, to control it, to pressure it. Because you are naturally love. And love will naturally gravitate towards each other. That's not to say that you just sit back on your laurels and do nothing. You take that divine guided action. And that's what I've been doing for so long on my journey. I had, every time I got the intuitive notion to reach out, I reached out. Every time I got the intuitive notion to show up, I showed up. Even if my ego and my fear was trying to hold me back, I kept listening to my heart. I kept overcoming that fear. I kept expressing myself and showing up. And that is what we are meant to do. I'm looking at a fortune cookie that I got a couple of days ago that I put on my bulletin board here. It says, follow the advice of your heart. It's exactly what we're meant to do. Just trust in the journey of the heart. Trust in the guidance of the soul. Even if we don't know how it's going to turn out, we fear rejection, we fear abandonment. But that's just the old pattern that we are recreating, because we are here to create a new template, a new paradigm, a new version of life and loving and connection, new versions of ourselves. And so overcoming fears and allowing ourselves to express ourselves, no matter how that's reciprocated. We can't control what the other person does. In any connection, in any part of life, we cannot control or anticipate another. or expect from another. We can only have our own expectations. We can only have our own responses, our own reactions. We can only control ourselves. With healthy boundaries and healthy mindsets and secure attachments within ourselves, there has been a lot of doubt that I feel like I've been overcoming. And so I've been asking God, just show me the truth, God. Just show me the truth. And I'll admit it, my heart's been a little bit guarded because I just do not want to experience that pain anymore. I just cannot bring myself to go back to that place where I was just pouring my heart into something and wanting it to be received and wanting to trust that. And so my heart was guarded. And God showed me where it was guarded. Last night I had a dream. And in that dream, my counterpart and I kept kind of passing, having small conversations, almost like we had been apart for a very long time and didn't know where we stood with each other. So it was very casual. It was like we were testing the waters with each other. It was like we both wanted to fully open up our hearts to each other, but we just didn't know how. We just couldn't. And so we were passing in a hallway. And it's funny because he's wearing the same sweater that I've seen in other visions, when I've had visions of us in this energy. And so we were passing in the hallway, and all of a sudden I turned back and I grabbed his hand. And he paused, and without saying a word, I just put my arms around him. And he said, "What was that for?" And I said, "I love you." And he didn't say anything. He just held me tighter. And in that moment, I felt the truth. Whenever I have doubted the physical, I have put the energy of him in front of me. Even when other men came into my life and I was not interested in other men, I would say, okay, what's the truth? When I was doubting my connection, is this my actual counterpart? Or are we just meant to be friends like he wants? I would put the energy of him and other people in front of me. And it was always him. It was always him. And within minutes, I would have my answer. Within minutes, I would have my truth. And that's where my heart was devoted. That's where my loyalty was. Because that's where my truth was. That's where my soul was. That's where my love was. There hasn't ever been anybody but him. And that's really scary too, because the physical doesn't look like that, right? I mean, on my end it does. On my end, there's never been anybody else. But the physical doesn't always look like that. It looks like we're just friends. This is just platonic. It looks like I'm not capable of being in a relationship. I'm not capable of holding space for you. I'm not capable of being there for you. I'm not capable. I don't want this. So it's allowing myself to just say, I surrender. I surrender to my heart. I surrender to what my soul is saying. And I surrender to God. I've been channeling that there's been a split in the collective where for some it is their counterpart that they've always known, and for some it is that masculine energy that is bringing in a new connection or a new person with that energy, that divine masculine energy. I don't know which way it's going for me. At least my ego mind doesn't. My heart wants to believe in all the channelings that I've done, of transformation and growth and truth. I'm not there yet. I haven't released the doubt yet. I haven't fully surrendered to that yet. I don't know how. I don't know how. And so I keep asking God for the truth. Today we pulled a card, Caring Connections. There's a full reel for the full spread on my Instagram if you want to check it out. This is the second time that we've pulled this card. And what I channeled was this. You're feeling an internal pull towards someone who has captured your heart and are wanting to draw them closer. But there's been a block created from a repeating pattern that's keeping you apart either physically or emotionally. You're being asked to go deep into the realm of your emotions and explore the core of your heart to understand the why of what you feel. For some, this is a time to love yourself more deeply and allow yourself to trust and honor every emotion that you feel without fear of the vulnerable heart. I feel like that's where I am. I feel like I don't know how to overcome this doubt on my own. And so I keep calling to God to keep bringing me the truth, keep showing me the truth, because I don't know how to trust that truth. Don't know quite how to follow my heart. As I've always done this journey, my heart is a little bit guarded because there is that fear of repeating pain. For others, this is a time to begin to trust the divine guidance of your own intuition and begin to take action towards what your heart desires, even if it means pushing through the fear of the unknown. Love is meant to be experienced and shared, and when we feel the heart pulled towards each other, we're trusting in and following the wisdom of our soul, which is infinite and all-knowing in its truth. Change the pattern of the ego mind, the place that holds on to fears and doubts and old pains, the place that wants to keep you safe. Love is safe when it is true. Go deep within your heart and listen to your intuition to fully understand and embrace this truth. Take a leap of faith by trusting in the divine to support you and guide you. Let the universe in its magic surprise you. I am humble enough to let you guys know that I'm in my ego. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of my ego because I know what it is to also honor my soul and trust in my heart. And I'm human. I'm going to experience ego. That's part of this process, of this journey. I'm working on allowing myself to receive the truth, to allow myself to keep following my heart and overcome that doubt and that fear. But I don't quite know what that looks like. I don't quite know what that process is. I think it's a process that I have to experience. I think it's a process that I have to keep going through. I don't feel like there is a magic button. I feel like there is a growth opportunity here for me. And I don't entirely know what that looks like, and I think that's what it is. I think that's the crux of it. To just keep surrendering to what my soul is saying and overcoming those fears and overcoming those doubts in the moment as I feel it. And just keep opening my heart as much as I can to the unfolding. Like I said, just trusting in God and allowing myself to trust in God and allowing myself to feel the doubt and feel the fear. I have to honor that as the shadow as much as I have to honor the light. As much as I have to honor trust and peace, I have to honor the doubt as well, because that is what I'm feeling. I'm going to share with you guys updates, personal updates, because I know that some of you guys are experiencing this too. I'm going to share with you guys my process. I'll share with you guys and continue to update as far as what I'm experiencing, because that's what I'm here to do. That has always been how I have experienced and shared my channelings. That's what I've been guided to do on my channel and on my platforms, and I'm going to continue to do it because I know that they have been helpful to you as much as they've been helpful to me, and I'm going to honor that too. I say that because there have been some people who have given pushback and asked me, don't share so much, just channel, just read the cards. Nope, that's not what I do. That is not what I do. That is not who I've ever been. Not who I've ever been. This is part of the process. This is part of the journey. All right. Well, that said, let's get to the channeling. That is channeling. You guys, I have always been a natural channeler. Everything that I'm guided to share is part of the process. It's part of the journey. It's part of what I channel, part of the experience. I don't need the cards in order to channel. I didn't believe that in myself until I really started to connect to myself. But conversations, you have to understand that you don't need cards. Cards are just a tool. Each of you have this ability. It's just speaking from the heart. That's all channeling is. It is speaking from the heart and allowing that divine wisdom to come forth. And the more you open up, with protection, of course, the more you open up to God, the more you open up to your very soul and the way it speaks to you, rising not down from the mind space to the throat chakra, to your lips, but rising up from the seat of your soul within, up through your heart, then passing your lips. That is channeling. Not coming from the mind, but coming from the heart, from the seat of who you are. That is your soul that is speaking. That is your heart that is speaking. When you feel it. And the other part of the equation is opening up your intuition, opening up your crown to allow that wisdom to pour through. And it comes in many different ways. Some you'll see visions and you'll articulate that through the heart space. Some you'll hear messages like that. You'll hear sounds like that. That then you feel within you. Some you have this intuitive knowing. Some you have this feeling, emotions. But it all is a natural and organic part of you. So don't negate that. Don't negate what you feel. It's all your intuition. It's when we get too much in the mind that we get in a little bit of trouble. We need the mind. The mind is there for a purpose. It is beautiful. It is our imagination. It is how we create. It's how we navigate. It is how we are in balance with ourselves. That practicality versus the emotions. You honor all of it. You honor all of it. All right. I am feeling very impassioned today, you guys. I'm feeling extremely impassioned today. There's a lot of emotion that's being experienced, and I don't feel like it's just your own. I feel like this is both counterparts that are feeling the pull. It is feeling the homecoming, the desire for homecoming. The desire for homecoming within each other's arms is what I'm feeling. The desire to just open up fully to each other. My God, my heart is just expanding so much. There is the desire to be at home with each other because you recognize home in each other. All right, we're going to see where's the masculine and where's the feminine. What do you have to say to each other? This is going to be a message reading. What conversations do you want to have to each other? Divine masculine, where are you? Six of Pentacles. Divine feminine, where are you? Two of Swords. She's not trusting this. She's not trusting herself. Six of Pentacles. Relationships are about reciprocity and the equal flow of love between you and your partner. Ask yourself where the scales in your relationship need to be balanced. The Two of Swords. Indecision or self-deception is creating a guarded heart and blocking your connection. Where are you holding yourself back or wavering in your desire? She is doubting this, but the Divine Masculine is feeling this. They are wanting and recognizing the connection and wanting to reciprocate the love that they have always felt. But Divine Feminines, you are doubting that, perhaps because of the pain of the past and the pain of this journey, and how that wasn't reciprocated in the past. It wasn't mutual in the past. It wasn't shown in the past. You might have felt this for so long. You might have trusted this in your heart, in your inner knowing for so long. But it feels like there was something that just was a tower moment that just triggered a sense of mistrust in you. And that has persevered. It just anchored into your soul as this energy of mistrust. And it's like it's hard for you to get that trust back. It's hard for you to really open your heart again, especially because it continued to feel like, especially in the physical, it wasn't reciprocated. The Divine Masculine is going through a major transformation now, as we've seen in the sacred channelings and the sacred union energy updates, going through a major heart chakra and crown chakra awareness that is really allowing themselves to recognize this connection, recognize this caring connection, recognize the home within each other in a way that they hadn't in the past. They might have always felt this love internally on a very subconscious level. They always felt this love, but they didn't always physically acknowledge it. They weren't ready for it, is what I'm hearing. I wasn't ready for it. I didn't know that I was capable of it. I didn't recognize it because I was so caught up in the past. Divine Feminines, past relationships, past pain, past trauma with regards to the feminine energy, but Divine Feminines really opened them up to what this love was, what unconditional love, and what true sacred connection is. What I'm hearing is this is a alchemical marriage. This is a sacred marriage, a sacred bond between both of you. That is what sacred union is. It's that Heros Gamos energy. It is that sacred bond between you two. Alchemical marriage is the communion, the connection between the two of you that alchemizes anything that isn't love. And when you are in that bond together, you create this. It's that flower of life energy, that seed of life energy. It is the universe itself. We've channeled this numerous times, that when two counterparts really come together in that sacred union, that acknowledgement and that open-hearted love towards each other, fully accepting and embracing, it has a cosmic effect. It creates new universes. It is so expansive and so powerful. So magnifying is your love. So powerful is your love that it creates new galaxies, new universes in that love. That is what shifts the paradigm. That is what creates new templates. That's what creates new earth. It's because this is new earth energy, the seed of life connected to all living things and all living consciousnesses, connected through God's source energy. That is new earth energy. Divine Masculine is beginning to understand this. Divine Feminine has always understood this, but she has been in such a place of pain and doubt with regards to this journey, because this journey has really just taken its toll, that she has begun to doubt this. So it's an interesting energy. It's almost like the Divine Masculine is beginning to really feel this and understand this. Divine Feminine is beginning to doubt this. So it's like the roles are a little bit reversed. And what I'm actually hearing is because you need to experience what the other did. So the Divine Masculine wasn't aware of this, or they were aware of it and they weren't able to receive it, or they doubted it, or they didn't fully trust it. That's where it was subconscious, right? They didn't allow themselves to fully feel into this. Divine Feminines had allowed herself to open her heart, had allowed herself to trust her intuition, had allowed herself to follow that guidance throughout the course of her journey. But she feels like it has brought a lot of pain, and it created patterns. And so I feel like that's where you have to step up for each other. That's where the Divine Masculine is asked to step into the Divine Masculine role and step forward and hold that space for the Divine Feminine as she works through her doubts now. Just like she was there for the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine is being asked to step up and reciprocate. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to get one of these. I'm going to use... I thought I had more of these decks, but I think I don't. I thought I had more message decks, but I don't know where they are since I moved. Okay. We're going to use... Okay, we're going to use this one. Where's the masculine on their journey right now? Where's the masculine on their journey? Individuality. Where's the feminine on her journey? This is interesting energy. I want to get another one for the divine masculine because I'm not getting that energy here. Give me another card for the divine masculine. Clarify this card for me, please. Whoa. Give me another card for the divine masculine, please. Clearly. Give me another card for the divine masculine, please. Okay. That's the energy I was feeling. Divine feminine, please. Where's the divine feminine? It's too many. Where's the divine feminine on her journey? It's interesting. It's almost like what I'm getting from the shuffling, the energy from the shuffling is like wanting to come forward, wanting to jump out, but pulling yourself back at the last minute. Wanting to jump up and out, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. I want it to feel right. That kind of energy. It's almost like I'm waiting for the perfect time. I'm waiting for the perfect moment. But love is always perfect. Love is always right. And when you're trusting your heart, there's never a wrong time. There's never a wrong moment. What is this song that I'm hearing? What are you waiting for? I don't know what that song is, but what are you waiting for? That's the song that I'm getting. And I know it's a song, I just don't know what it is. It's literally one verse and I can't see the rest of the song, so I don't know what it is. But what are you waiting for? That's what this is. It's like you're always going to find reasons. The ego's always going to find reasons to pull yourself back. The ego's always going to find reasons to doubt. The ego's always going to find reasons to wait. But the heart has its own timing. My divine counterpart once said something to me in the very early stages of our connection. He said, and I feel like I might get this wrong, but he said, the heart is always 3 steps ahead of the mind. I feel like it could be reversed, but I feel like it was the heart is always 3 steps ahead of the mind. And I didn't understand that at the time. But I understand it now. The heart knows where it's going. And we have to trust in what the heart is experiencing, what the heart is guiding us to. It's the mind that pulls its back. It's the mind that lags behind. Divine feminine, integrity. I'm going to take the bottom of the deck there as well. Acceptance. And look at this coloring. It's like this green energy is that heart chakra for both of you. And you have the rainbow energy, the rainbow aura for both of you as well. They're calling me too. Divine masculines. When this card individuality came out, all I heard was nope, nope, nope. It's like this is where they were in the past. This individual energy in the past. I can do everything on my own. I don't need a partner. I'm meant to walk this path alone. I can't see myself in partnership. It was this very stubborn and resistant energy because, and it was, their mind was making up excuses. Their mind was trying to justify this, but what their heart was actually saying was, I'm scared. I'm scared, and so I'm going to avoid my emotions. I'm scared, and so I'm going to avoid this connection. I'm scared, and so I'm going to pull myself back. But what they really understand is that they are meant to be in partnership. It's interesting. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. They're beginning to understand the value of partnership, the value of relationship, the value of the energetic value, the loving value of the sacred connection. They have gone through, and it was necessary for them to go through this journey as they did. They had to learn about themselves. They had to experience things about themselves. That was that path of individuality that we've been channeling. That's what the separation energy is for. It's not separation. You're always in union. But the energy of separation, or the perceived separation, is to recognize yourself, not to create codependency, but to recognize the wholeness that you both bring to the table. It's the energy of valuing yourselves, and you bring that value to the partnership, in which you honor and value each other then, because you're honoring and valuing yourself in your wholeness, and not giving yourself away, not fragmenting yourself, not giving yourself up for another. There is collaboration, there is partnership, there is working together, there is communication that happens in physical relationship to each other. But there is also the recognition of wholeness. There is the recognition of we maintain our individuality while in partnership with each other. That is what union is all about with a relationship. That's what relationship is all about. I feel like both of you, but especially for the Divine Masculine, they had to discover themselves. They had to understand themselves before they could recognize themselves in another, before they can recognize themselves in partnership. They had to go through this experience of really connecting with themselves, and not the ego part of themselves that they had known before, that they thought they knew themselves, but this was a deeper aspect of themselves. I had to know myself to know you, is what I'm hearing from him, from the Divine Masculine. I had to know myself to know you. And I didn't know myself before. I didn't understand myself before. You opened up that side of me that I had kept guarded, that I had kept hidden. You saw me in a way that nobody else had. And because of that, I had to face myself and really see myself. And now that I do, I want to honor us. I want to honor you. Divine Feminine over here with integrity and acceptance. This is her honoring herself and loving herself and really respecting herself. She had to go through this journey where, especially for feminine energy, which for centuries and collectively have been so suppressed, had not been honored, she had to learn how to honor herself and not give herself away, not give herself up, not overgive. She had to allow herself to find that balance within herself, to find that peace within herself, to find that integrity within herself. She had to learn how to embrace the feminine aspect of herself, which is her core truth, to express herself and love herself in a way that she hadn't before. I wasn't fully honoring myself with you in the past, Divine Masculine, she's saying. I didn't know how. I was going by old templates of what I knew of relationships, or what society taught me relationships should be. And so I chased, and I overgave, and I gave myself away. And I held myself back from speaking my truth and speaking my heart because I was afraid. Because so many people had put me in boxes before, and I didn't know how to break free from that. You showed me how to break free from that. You showed me how to live my full truth and how to honor myself, and that's the process of this journey I've been experiencing. How to accept myself and love myself in the places where I hadn't received acceptance and love before, because I had been too much or not enough for other people, because I'm recognizing that I am just enough for me. I am enough for me, and I am enough for the person who loves me, because they see me in all of my beauty. They see all of me and they don't run away, or they see all of me and they don't say I'm too much. They see all of me in every aspect of me. They see all of me and they love and they honor me because I've learned to honor and love myself. I've learned to accept myself in my darkness and in my light, where I was afraid to shine before, where I was afraid to show every aspect of myself before, where I was afraid to be vulnerable because I was so shut down by other people in the past, or by society in the past, where I was said to just be quiet and look pretty. Don't shine your light too bright. Don't show your darkness, because people won't accept that either. Every place where I tried to walk, I was shut down. But I learned how to barrel through those barricades, to say, It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think of me, because I'm loving and honoring myself, because I'm connecting with myself, because I know myself. You showed me that, divine masculine. You helped me learn to love myself in that respect. You helped me to grow in a way that I hadn't been able to before. You helped me to trust myself. You helped me to live in my truest integrity, to live my true authentic self. And I know who that is now. And I am embodying that now. And I'm not going back. Divine Masculines, what do you want to say about this connection? What do you want to say about this connection? What do you want to say about this connection? Change. Holy hell. Divine Feminine, what do you want to say about this connection? Divine Feminine. Ooh, okay. Patience. Boy. Okay. I'm just going to channel directly from the Divine Masculine because I'm feeling the energy. Please believe me that I'm changing. Please believe me that I'm transforming. Please believe me that I'm going deeper within myself and in my heart than I have ever been. And it scares me. I don't know what to do with all of this yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. It is deeper than I've ever allowed myself to experience because I have shut myself off from my emotions. I thought that I had opened myself up, but you showed me a depth within myself that I didn't anticipate, that I didn't expect. And it's made me review and reflect on my entire life, and that's a scary thing for me. That's a scary thing for me because I have a lot of regrets and I have a lot of remorse. All I can do is go forward. All I can do is forgive myself, and that's where I am shifting myself. That's where I'm changing myself through my self-love and through my self-forgiveness. But this has been a difficult process for me, and that's why I haven't been able to take a step forward towards you. You're my greatest regret. And how I didn't honor the sanctity and the sacredness of our connection. That's my greatest regret, and I still have a lot of self-forgiveness to do here. I feel in my heart that you forgive me. I feel in my heart that you always love me. But I haven't forgiven myself. I'm still in that process. I'm still in the process of loving myself through this transformation and through this change. And my ego mind is trying to get the better of me. My ego mind is trying to resist this. My ego mind, my stubbornness, holds me back, and I know this. I know that that's just fear. I want to take action. I want to come towards you. I can feel that pull with every fiber of my being. I know all it's going to take is one step. But that step is the biggest one. And I'm a little bit scared. I will never let you see my fear. But I'm a little bit scared. I don't even want to acknowledge it myself. But I'm a little bit scared. This is going to change everything. And I know it. I've lived in this comfort of who I was for so long. It's familiar. No one has ever challenged me like you do. No one has ever seen me like you do. No one has ever made me step up to become a better version of myself like you do. And I hated you for that. And I loved you for that. You've challenged me in ways that I didn't want and I never anticipated. You make me want to be a better person. You make me see my own potential. You make me see my future in a different way than I had ever anticipated or experienced. You make me want to change myself and grow. But it's so overwhelming at times. I feel like I don't know how to do this. I feel like I don't know how to take that first step or that next step. I feel like I don't know what direction to go in. I can see it. I can see going forward, but I don't know what direction to go in. It's overwhelming. The changes I know I need to make. Just please keep loving me as I am. Please keep accepting me as I am, because I am growing and I am changing. I can feel it inside of me. I can feel you guiding me. Please keep loving me. Your love is guiding me forward. Divine Feminines. I feel like she wants to respond to the Divine Masculine here with this Patience card. Divine Feminine saying, I have had so much patience for you. And I love you and accept you as you always were, while knowing who you could be. That has been the hardest part of all of this, is because I see all of it. I see that inner child that I love so dearly and want to protect and honor and respect and cherish and hold so close within my own inner child. To meet you where you are, I see who you are now at present, who you were along this journey, and I loved and accepted it all along the way, but I've always seen who you could become. I've always seen the Divine Masculine, the Conscious Masculine. I've always seen that hidden in the depths of who you are. And I have held space for you. I have held space for that. I have been patient. It's so hard for me, because I've also had to acknowledge that I can't be waiting and putting my life on hold, which is what I did. I recognize now that patience is not putting my life on hold. Patience is still allowing myself to live my life and allowing it to unfold. Trusting in God, trusting the divine, trusting the universe, and trusting in myself to continue to walk my path and focus on my path rather than focusing on you. Because you've got this. And that's where my heart holds space for you. You've got this. I believe in you. I've always believed in you. That's where patience is. That's where my trust is. I believe in you. I've always believed in you. I've had to make decisions. I've had to move forward. I've had to honor my own intuition and what my heart was calling me to. I've always trusted that. I've always had to trust that. I couldn't hold myself back. That's where I need you to trust me. That's where I need you to believe in me. I've held space and patience for you. I've needed you to trust my process as well. But I believe in you and I believe in us. And we need to now hold space and patience for each other in this unfolding. Can we allow that? Can we believe in each other? Can we hold space for each other? Can we trust? All right, well, that being said, let's get some guidance. What does the Divine Masculine want to say or need to know? What does the Divine Masculine want to say or need to know? (11:11) on my clock. What does the Divine Masculine need to know? is the Divine Feminine. Okay. Okay. I'm getting called to the bottom of the deck as well. I'm going to read this first. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation or merely calls for help. This is the energy of, it's where the love is. It's where the call for love is. So anytime you are feeling attacked, look at it from a new perspective. Look at it through the lens of love. Anytime you are feeling pain or fear or judgment, allow yourself to welcome in more love, because it's just showing you where the holes are. It's just showing you where there's that need for more love. Bring more love into the equation, not less. More love to the connection, not less. More love, not less. Divine Masculine, I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. Oh my God. You guys, I just keep getting like freaking energetic hits to the heart and the solar plexus. Just boom, 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 boom. Like this is the Divine Masculine that is really wanting to step up and really wanting to speak and let their voice be heard. This is where I've changed. He's wanting to say, this is where I've changed. I am recognizing my past. I am recognizing myself. I am recognizing where I was in an old version of myself, where I had been repeating that for so long, and I thought I had changed along the way. I had thought that I had grown along the way. But you challenged me to see a different side of myself. You challenged me to see where I needed to step up even more. You challenged me to become the Divine Masculine. You challenged me to become more conscious of myself, to connect more deeply to myself. You challenged me to see where I was holding myself back out of fear. I choose differently this time. I choose love. I choose love. I choose you. I choose connection. The Six of Pentacles, I want this to be reciprocated. I want this to be the energy of love between us. I recognize where there was just so much fear. And I choose again, I want to start over. With us, I want a new beginning. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. I'm trying to surrender to this, but there's so much fear from the patterns that perpetuated throughout our connection. I kept choosing love. I kept choosing my intuition over the fear. I kept overcoming that fear, and I feel like I just kept getting knocked down. And so now I'm in this place of doubt, and I don't know how to overcome this. Help me overcome this, she's saying. Energetically, help me overcome this. Show me the truth. Because I am surrendered. I am surrendering now to the truth. I am allowing myself to overcome that doubt and overcome that fear and go into my heart space and trust my intuition once again. I want that beginning too. I want to go into my heart space and trust my intuition once again. I am saying this to you now. I am surrendering again. Show me truth. Show me what is real. Because I am surrendering to the presence of love in a way that I haven't before. I'm choosing this new beginning of surrender for myself in a new energy. Do not mistake me for the old. I'm not there. I'm in a new energy of love and honoring for myself. I will not abandon myself again. I will not betray myself again. I will not dishonor myself again. Know that I am in a new energy. I am a new me. But I'm learning to surrender again to that place of trusting my intuition again, overcoming the doubt, overcoming the fear of perpetuating patterns. I'm choosing love too. How are you feeling towards each other? How are you feeling towards each other? Divine Masculine. Whoa. Divine Masculine, how are you feeling towards your Divine Feminine? Sexual union. It's that sacred union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul. For there you will find true bliss. They are feeling this. And this is that magnetic pull. This is the Hieros Gamos. This is the alchemical marriage. This is the sacred union. It's not sexual as far as what we've known sexual energy to be. This is creation energy. This is the sanctity and sacredness of that oneness, of that soul merge. They're feeling this. And they're feeling the freedom that comes with this. Not the lack or the fear that they had held on to before. This is where they're beginning to really honor what this connection truly is. And it expresses itself through the sexual energy. It expresses, like I always say, romance is just an expression of love. Sex is just an expression of love. It's meant to be sacred. They're beginning to understand the necessity and the beauty of expression. Divine Feminine? For the Divine Feminine, please. Divine Feminine. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform, allowing yourself to let go of the past. Allowing yourself to let go of the pain. Doesn't mean you justify the past. It doesn't mean you excuse the past. You allow your masculine to step up, to acknowledge the past, to apologize for whatever needs to be apologized, but then you step forward in this act of appreciation for each other. You allow yourselves to love and honor one another. There's something else for the Divine Feminine here. Yeah, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities in your life. This is a new beginning here. Divine Feminines, keep allowing yourself to let go of the past. Keep allowing yourself to move forward. Keep allowing yourself to shift out of the pain and the doubt that seems to keep perpetuating. Your Divine Masculine is wanting to change and transform, and you might be in a place of doubt because it doesn't look like much on the physical, because there's no evidence in the 3D. But that's where you have to be in that place of surrender and just step into the heart space. If you don't want to come forward or anything, or if you don't want to have a relationship or connection in the physical, if you're not ready for that, that's okay. But allow yourself to open up energetically. Allow yourself to love energetically. Don't guard your heart. We're going to end with my own message decks. Divine Masculine, what do you want to say to your Divine Feminine, please? Divine Masculine, what do you want to say to your Divine Feminine? You want me to shuffle? Okay. Divine Masculine, what do you want to say to your Divine Feminine? I'm closing out a painful cycle. He's saying, I am transforming. I am transforming. Please have a little bit of patience for me as I close out this cycle of who I was and who I used to be. Divine Feminine, what do you want to say to your Divine Masculine? I'm so sorry for not fully trusting in and believing in. The 3D illusion gets so thick. It gets so powerful. It gets so strong that sometimes I have my doubts. But Divine Masculine, that's where you forgive your Divine Feminine just as she's forgiven you. Divine Masculine, what do you want to say to your Divine Feminine? My vow to you is true, and I'm confronting my past. This is part of the painful cycle that he's closing out. Divine Feminine, what do you want to say to your Divine Masculine? I want to grow together. She's always wanted to grow together. She's always wanted to do this in partnership. What I'm getting is what she's sorry about is that she didn't always believe that they were growing together. Because again, that 3D illusion was so thick, she felt the energy of separation. She felt the energy of lack because she was looking at the physical form and the physical connection versus what she was feeling within her heart space. So she's allowed her heart to really, or her doubt to overcome her. She's allowed the pain to overcome her, not recognizing that you've always really been growing together, and that's where union is. Union, you've always been in union. Like I always say, you've always been in union, and that's where you feel that inner union. You've always been in union. That doesn't mean that you don't have physical relationship. That doesn't mean that you don't have physical partnership, but it also shows you where you have been growing together. You just allow the physical to catch up. My heart is guarded at the moment, and I want to begin again. She wants to let down her guard. She wants to let down her guard. She's just having a really hard time doing it. Yeah, I'm learning to trust again. She's having a really hard time doing it because that physical illusion has been so thick. They're calling me to one more response from the Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine, what do you want to say in response? You're always in my heart. You've always been in my heart. And she's like, yeah, but that doesn't feel like it's been enough. Because I haven't been able to trust that. I haven't been able to trust that. Divine Masculine, what do you want to say to that? I needed you to trust that. I need you to trust in me, Divine Masculine is saying. Ooh, Divine Feminine is getting a little bit spicy. We'll prove it. Prove it. She's getting a little bit sassy. I love you, and I've always loved you. She's saying she needs more. She needs more. She's trusted her heart before, and now she needs more. She needs you to show up. She needs you to show up. Divine Masculine, please forgive me. I'm sorry, please forgive me. This forgiveness energy coming in between you two. It's necessary. It's what's necessary for this connection to move forward. All right, and my written on the heart deck, which is more like romance oriented. What do you guys really want to say to each other? What are you really feeling towards each other? Take me in your arms and kiss me beneath the stars. Oh, Divine Masculine is really feeling this energetic pull, this sexual pull, this physical magnetism and attraction towards their Divine Feminine. They just want to be held in the Divine Feminine's arms. They want to kiss the Divine Feminine. They want to show the Divine Feminine what they really feel. We've been getting the romance energy, the romance cards for the Divine Masculine. There's really brewing emotion here. That's part of the change. That's part of I'm hearing the crown chakra opening. They're really understanding this connection in a new light, in a new way. That this isn't the connections that they've had in relationships in the past. That this is divine love. That this is sacred love. And they want to embrace this. They want to embrace you. Divine Feminine. My heart is safe in your warm embrace. I want you to embrace me too. I don't want to let you go. Call back to the dream that I had, that I shared in the beginning of this reading. You both want to embrace each other because this is your homecoming. You're home to each other. Alright guys, very emotional, very powerful. I need to clear this energy from the rest of my day. I am sending you guys so much love and so much light, and we'll see you next time. Bye.